Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's edition of Sports Talk here on Hometown Sports Corner. Boy, got a good show for you tonight. As we go throughout the show, we'll look at that Hometown Sports Corner Middle School Top 10, find out who the number one team is. Some of these teams played each other, so you know that's going to make a difference in where they end up in this week's Top 10. Then we're going to unveil our 15th region Top 10s, boys and girls, as we told you last week. Last week we looked at the 14th region. This week we'll look at the 15th. And then next week we'll combine them plus the two counties that we cover outside of the 14th and 15th. And that, of course, Clay County and Harlan. But guys, as we get geared up for all of those, and also got about 3 different interviews from the Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, AMW Thanksgiving Turmoil. They had their Hall of Fame inductions as well, and I caught up with 3 of the inductees, or technically 4 of them, and we'll find out what each one of them had to say about their time in wrestling and what the sport means to them and so forth. So you're going to want to stick around certainly for that. Then, of course, we have John Holiday up at the Dome shooting pictures for us, and Hometown Sports Corner is sponsoring him, and he'll be sending us pictures and some videos for next week, hopefully, and we'll share those with you throughout the week, and certainly coming up on next week's show. But guys, got a whole lot to talk about, a bunch of different things, but most of all, what's on your mind? Let us know. We've got some big announcements about a couple different things we got going on. We'll talk more about that a little later on here as well. But it is Sports Talk right here on Hometown Sports Corner. You guys stick around. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court is happy to once again be sponsoring another event featuring our Knott County youth. Judge Executive Dobson and the members of the Knott Fiscal Court encourage you to support all our Knott County youth in all of their academic and athletic endeavors. That positive reinforcement means the world to these student athletes. This reminder from Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court.
Hyman Tire and Auto Parts wants to say thank you to all their loyal customers who have shopped with them this year. They also like to say they appreciate the opportunity to earn your business and are proud that so many of you choose to return to them time and time again for their great service. Don't forget to check out their Facebook page for all the great deals coming up this month, and to call them at 606-785-3505. Established in 1954, Hyman Funeral Service has always been locally owned and operated. Located off of Highway 80, the current facility, built in 1986, was designed to meet the needs of you and your family. Our facility offers 3 chapels of varying sizes to accommodate your desires. We also have a wide range of services to customize for your funeral needs. From the first call through the aftercare program, we are there for the families. Hyman Funeral Services. And again, a big thank you to Hyman Funeral Services and Hyman Auto and Tire. They're Napa and Hyman. 2 new sponsors come on board this week. And then, of course, always a big thank you to Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky, Frontier Behavioral Health, ARH, the Knott County Fiscal Court, the Bank of Hyman, Nelson Fraser Funeral Home, Tim Short Automotive, and Alice Lloyd College. If you'd like to sponsor one of our programs, of course, we got the Game of the Week. We have our our Hometown Sports Corner Sports Talk show here, of course. Then we got some events that go on throughout the week. Maybe you want to sponsor a fan of the night, or we already have a good sponsor for the cheerleading team of the night. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But we've got something for you and your business. Maybe it's just a Merry Christmas shout out to all your customers. We can put that on for you, and pretty competitive rates, I guess we could say, certainly. Guys, I know from the numbers that we see here, we had 4 million views in this last month. It's the most we've ever had since we've been on the air, and pretty pumped about that. And thank you most of all to you, the fans, that makes that happen here each and every week, and we couldn't do it without you guys, certainly so. Speaking of the fans, got a couple different things we want to talk about a couple times tonight. First of all, Hometown Sports Corner Hall of Fame night, January the 19th, guys. That'll take place at the Campbell Arts Center. Again, for all things fall sports is pretty much what we're looking for there. Football, volleyball, it's kind of a lot, dirt track racing. We're going to give away our awards to the drivers of the year as voted on by you, the fans. Then we're also going to recognize the top 3 in points at Mountain Motor Speedway this year. And again, that's all going to take place at the Campbell Arts Center over at Alice Lloyd College on January the 19th. That's a Sunday at 6 o'clock. The participants that get invited, that's the athletes, will get a free pass for themselves and one other person. Then general admission will be sold at the door, and all proceeds from that, plus any sponsorships that we could get, will go to our Hometown Sports Corner College Fund. We give away some good scholarships throughout the year, and we'll do that again coming up here at the end of the school year. Now, guys, again, thanks to each and every one of you that have tuned in here on tonight's show. We feel like that we've got a good show for you guys that has tuned in, and each and every week we like to talk about different things that is of interest to you. And I do, as I said, in a minute want to go to that AMW wrestling action. But before we do that, each week we like to keep up with the grade school basketball teams, middle school, grade school, and we use this as a time to rank our top 10. Well, this past week, so a bunch of them played each other. And so as you could imagine, that kind of threw our top 10 upside down a little bit here. But let's take a look at it for the first time this week and see what you guys think about it. And we'll share that with you here as well. I think I can push this button right here. There we go. Yes, sir. I like it when a plan comes together. Check them out there. In at number 1, the Hyman Yellow Jackets. Coach Rilo's team playing good basketball right now. And the thing, again, that we continue to say about Hyman, guys, is they're a team that has 3 or 4 players that can lead them in scoring night in and night out. And they played, again, May Valley, I think, recently. Played Car Creek. They played Breathitt, East Perry, Neon. A lot of different teams. And Hyman so far, minus that loss to Breathitt at Perry Central, the Yellow Jackets locally have pretty much been undefeated. How about Breathitt, though? We're going to keep the Bobcats up there at number 2. I feel like losing to the number 1 team, no shame in that. And so we'll keep the Bobcats up there at number 2. Car Creek knocking on the door. Boy, Coach Niles' team continue to get themselves a couple of nice wins this week. And they're in at number 3. I still want to see that Hyman and Beaver and Car Creek and Beaver match up. We got Beaver in right now at number 4. East Perry in at 5. Fleming Neon. The Pirates got themselves a nice win a couple nights ago, and they move up to the number 6 spot. Adams Elementary in at 7. May Valley. I still feel like May Valley could end up being the best team in the mountains. but they've took a couple losses. Then they've had a couple big wins. Right now, though, we got them where I feel like they need to be, considering what they've done the last 10 days. And that's May Valley in at 8. I got Emelina in at 9. Got themselves a nice win over Cordia this week. A couple other out-of-county wins as well. And then I like that Mullins team. Mullins and Pikeville are two teams that just both deserve to be in. If it's 10A and 10B, then it would be Mullins and Pikeville, in my opinion. But a lot of other good schools still yet in this. Mountains. I did get an opportunity to get an invite to come over to Jenkins 2 Saturdays from now. And we'll be maybe hopefully getting over and doing a few games at Jenkins High School. They're going to have some big middle school games taking place all day long over there. We may pop in over there for some of those games. I appreciate the head coach of the middle school team inviting us over. And we'll see what we can do. But again, what say you? Where you got them? Who you have as number 1? Do you agree or disagree? Let's hear what you got to say about it. Y'all chat us up there in the comment section, and we can talk more about that as you all would want to go throughout the night. I do ask you to hit that like and share button for us and let everybody know that he has started the show. Let's see here. Got big Vance Hurley tuning in tonight. Vance, I got some wrestling graphics here, matter of fact, to talk about just in a moment, brother. And then I got Roy Francis back in here again. How are you, my friend? All them views is going to have to start strutting down Main Street like a rooster. I'll take that, Vance. There's Kenny Sloan. How you doing, Kenny, brother? Good to see you, my friend. Roy says, am I watching the Dome? Not yet, Roy, but hopefully we will. And there's Lucas Howard. I don't know that he agrees with our top 10, evidently. But that's okay, Lucas. We can agree to disagree. I'll be glad that you tuned in. All right? And thank you for doing so. But while Vance is on here, Vance, let's brag a little bit on your wrestling team, buddy. You fellas went over to Letcher County and had yourself a good showing. How about this young man right here, Ethan Collins? Ethan Collins won the 175 and under division. This, of course, held over at Letcher County Central High School. And Letcher County's wrestling team held this meet. And Ethan Collins got the big win there. Got to go to the top of the podium. Damon Smith from Letcher Central finished second. And Ashton Hurt would round out the top 3 in the 175 wrestling division. In the 165, had 4 guys take to the podium, had several competitors, I would imagine, in this class. Letcher Central, the host school's Bryson Frazier, would win the 165 and under division. Charlie Harris would be second in that competition. Alex Ingram, also a Cougar from Letcher Central, finishes third. And then a shout out to Dalton Bentley. That's my cousin there on the podium in at the 4th spot. So proud of him. And I know Coach Vance Hurley certainly is. And then here's another one of Vance Hurley's Matt Pats, as he calls them. Lincoln Griffith. He's the biggest one in the bunch, folks. This is that 285 and under class. Big Lincoln takes the top spot on the podium. Nevaeh McIntosh. Shout out to Miss Nevaeh. She finishes second. And Sebastian Pop. Both of them are from Perry Central. That's another cool thing about these wrestling events. They, of course, get to be opened up to 5-6 different schools at the same time. And so get a bunch of kids involved in one sporting event. And so, again, I want to give a shout out to those guys. Somebody said, well, how do we get our wrestling team recognized on your show? Send me pictures. Send me results. It's not hard. We posted probably 50 posts this week. I told you we had the most views we've ever had. Since I've been on the air, we've never, 2.5 to 3 million views was something that I wanted to get to. And as I said earlier today, we went over 4 million this week for the first time ever. And so we're pretty pumped about that. And that's all because of you people that hit the like, the share button, and those of you that disagree with us but still tune in to see what we got to say that you do disagree with. Well, you're in that number too, and we're glad to have all of you guys just trying to promote these kids, especially some of the kids that don't get recognition per se in the media. We've tried our best here to make Hometown Sports Corner an avenue for mom and dad and aunts and uncles and mamas and papas and everybody to get to tune in and see their kids, if just for a moment, or maybe by a post, or maybe by a whole entire game to be seen here. Also love the fact that we're able to bring stuff to people that there's no way they could be there. We had a bunch of parents this week that said, hey, you guys brought games that even we couldn't be at because we had to work and out of town and so forth. And so that's a pretty neat feeling there to say we were able to do that. But guys, again, that's a little wrestling talk for you. And then again, I do want to say too, we touched on this just a little bit ago, how that Care Cottage and my friends over there at carecottage.org are sponsoring our cheer team of the week. And we'll talk more about that just in a moment. Then I do want to talk 15th Region boys and girls basketball as well with you. But then got some wrestling we're going to talk about. What do you want to do next? More basketball? Dive into some more wrestling? It's up to you guys. Whatever you want. There's Chad Everso says, do a great job, Jamie Hughes. Chad, I appreciate that, man. And I really appreciate you tuning in here tonight, my friend. Hope everything's good for you guys. And won't be long till you'll be seeing Santa Claus down your ways. You tell everybody we said hello, Chad. Guys, I'm going to take a commercial break, though. And when we come back, we will talk a little wrestling. We'll be back with that AMW Hall of Fame interviews after this commercial break.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Are you looking for personalized health care that's efficient and close to home? Primary Care Center is now your destination for comprehensive health care in the center of your community. With a team of experienced and caring local providers, we offer a range of services. We have locations in Hazard, Hyden, Hindman, Fico, and now our new Whitesburg location. Stop by today and walk-ins are welcome. That's Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. Nelson Frazier has the highest quality American-made funeral products, cremation services, mausoleum, and memorial markers, all with a family budget in mind. With 3 chapels located in Hyman, Martin, and now in Prestonsburg, Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is local people serving local families.
On streets of glory.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their family. That's the best outcome, make you feel that you're doing something right.
Welcome back, sports fans, and with the gentleman going into the Hall of Fame tonight, needs no introduction, Bobby Brazen, man, good time here.
Absolutely. This crowd is great. You couldn't ask for a better, hotter crowd for professional wrestling right here in Hazard, Kentucky, man. And I'm honored to be here.
Of course, going in with a class tonight for the Hall of Fame. Talk a little bit about that.
That's a great honor. It's a long time coming. A lot of miles, a lot of airplane miles, automobiles, trains, planes, the whole thing. It was all worth it, though, you know. And my career is it's a reflection of I'm a hometown boy in Ashland, Kentucky, and got to wrestle all over the world. But I always loved wrestling in Kentucky and this whole Eastern Kentucky region. You know, that's the best thing I tell you.
Not the career for you as you broke into this sport.
Yeah, well, I broke into sport. My first match was September 11th, 1988. That's how long ago. What's that, 36 years ago, you know. That's a long time. Like I said, I had my first match right over here in Hayside, Virginia. I was trained by the Professor Boris Malenko down in Tampa, Florida. And, you know, no matter where I was at the time, the timing couldn't have been better for Smoky Mountain professional wrestling. You know, Smoky Mountain wrestling came through this whole Eastern Kentucky, Eastern Tennessee, Virginia area, you know, and it was a great pleasure to work in my home area and be kind of the hometown hero every week, every time on TV, right here in Hazard, everywhere else, you know.
At one time, you guys were doing 2 shows a day. Smoky Mountain Wrestling was big, especially in the mountains of Eastern Kentucky. Maybe your fondest memories of that, if you could?
Oh, man, just the great fans, honestly. They were true professional wrestling fans, and the way the territory at that time was ran was like the old school, and, man, the fans just loved that. And as, you know, one of the premier performers for that organization, it was a great time. Listen to this crowd right now, you know, I mean, they love professional wrestling.
Perhaps some of your fondest working that ring with?
Oh, man, there's so many I could name, but probably for Smoky Mountain Wrestling, the late Chris Candido, Tracy Smothers, those guys. Of course, I got the big title win over Jerry the King Lawler, who I watched as a kid, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers back in the day. Here I am, you know, getting that title from him. Anything that Jimmy Cornette was involved in, the opposite of, you know, like, and I love Jim Cornette. I say I'm a Jim Cornette guy. But, you know, those guys, I got to wrestle with Bobby Eaton, Kevin Sullivan. You know, some of the guys that come through this area, when I was first starting off, they beat me up on TV. But then Cornette saw something in me. And like, Bobby, you got different gear. I got the flames. I showed him. He's like, this is it, kid. And he gave me my first break in the U.S. with Smoky Mountain heavyweight title, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, because I'd already been to Australia, England. I'd been a lot of places, but I was just independent wrestling, independent talent no one had discovered yet, and Jim Cornette did, and I appreciate that.
Final question, what do you say to the youngsters that are perhaps getting ready to kind of put their toe in the water, some of these younger wrestlers?
I would say train hard, try to do your best, get someone qualified to train you that can coach you and teach you the ins and outs, because this is a professional wrestling business. You know, it's a lot of grown men and grown women in here. Be prepared for it, because it's about as real as you can get, and hopefully, you know, you just go through and have a good career, and the bottom line starts with good basic training and paying attention to what's going on in the ring at all times.
Where do your fans keep up with you? I know you've still got some books and so forth to share, and give that shout out too.
Yeah, right now I'm not on Facebook. I'm only on Twitter and Instagram at Bobby Blaze 744. You can find me there. You can find my books. I appreciate the plug. I got 2 books out. Here's one of them, Pin Be Pay Man. They're available on Amazon. Just go in there, look up Bobby Blaze or Bobby Blaze Smedley, and find me on Instagram or Twitter at Bobby Blaze 744. I love talking to you. Thank you.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their family. That's the best outcome, make you feel that you're doing something right.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Established in 1954, Hyman Funeral Service has always been locally owned and operated. Located off of Highway 80, the current facility, built in 1986, was designed to meet the needs of you and your family. Our facility offers 3 chapels of varying sizes to accommodate your desires. We also have a wide range of services to customize for your funeral needs. From the first call through the aftercare program, we are there for the families. Hyman Funeral Services. Hyman Tire and Auto Parts wants to say thank you to all their loyal customers who have shopped with them this year. They also like to say they appreciate the opportunity to earn your business and are proud that so many of you choose to return to them time and time again for their great service. Don't forget to check out their Facebook page for all the great deals coming up this month, and to call them at 606-785-3505.
Wow, man alive, to get this hardware you guys very much deserve. Eddie, you fellas traveled all over the country and had a lot of great memories and good matches, brother.
Yeah, we did. Like I said, I met this guy back in 98, 99, and like you were saying, we've traveled all over the world. We've flew out to Seattle on a whim, and we wrestled there. We got up the next morning, flew back to Knoxville. We wrestled there. We've wrestled all over the eastern part of the United States. We've had a big time. We've had a really good life in this sport.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears to go into that 8x11 plat.
Absolutely. Like he said, when we first met, we was just inseparable ever since, and won titles all over the country from then on out. It's been great. I guess it accumulates with this right here, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Guys, I believe both of you could jump in the ring tonight. But the future looks good. The talent is bright. I feel like 2024 has been a good year for Eastern Kentucky and Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, and 25 got a chance to be even better, Eddie.
Yes, it does. Like you said, there's a lot of young talent up here. You know, they were really out here showcasing what they had tonight. Got a lot of good young talent.
Yeah, this is the first time I've got a chance to see a lot of them, and I was very impressed.
And then, of course, guys, what advice do you give to the fellas in the back of the locker room that are tying up their shoes like you all once done?
You know, the best thing that they can do is, just learn from these veterans that are in the locker room. What we learned quickly was just shut up and listen. That's the best advice we ever got.
Yeah, and take care of yourself. Take care of your body if you can. It's hard to do in this business, but if you can take care of knees and back and hips, try your best.
Who did the driving when you guys traveled together?
Mostly.
Take this time, guys, to thank the people, especially the ladies that are sitting over your left shoulder, and everybody that make this journey possible.
Well, I've got to thank my wife. She always put up with me for, gosh almighty, I don't know how long. And, she was always there for me when I got home. If I ever needed anything, she ever had to take my shoes off when I got home. She'd always rub my back or whatever, and just anybody that ever shown up in a crowd, and whether they cheered us or booed us, whatever, thank you all. I'd love to thank Dale, man. He was the one that trained me. I let him speak for his trainer, but everybody that had a hand in what we did, thank you so much.
Yeah, and Dale, I'd like to thank Dale too, and Adrian Street. They're both passed now, so we wish we could thank them. I'd like to thank Eddie for putting up with me for so many years. He's been the best partner ever. And like I say, this proves it, I guess.
Guys, congratulations, well deserving, and again, we'll look to see you down the road.
Thank you, Jamie.
Let me grab it.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Are you looking for personalized health care that's efficient and close to home? Primary Care Center is now your destination for comprehensive health care in the center of your community. With a team of experienced and caring local providers, we offer a range of services. We have locations in Hazard, Hyden, Hindman, Fico, and now our new Whitesburg location. Stop by today and walk-ins are welcome. That's Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their family. That's the best outcome and make you feel that you're doing something right.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
And welcome back to Hometown Sports Corner Sports Talk on this Thursday afternoon. How you doing out there tonight? I know a bunch of you are watching dirt track racing right now. I realize after Roy put that in the comment section, that's probably going to cause us a few of our loyal fans. I don't blame them. Get your priorities straight. That's right. Watch some dirt track racing. You can come back and watch this show on a delayed basis, maybe a little later on. But guys, we do thank all of you that are tuning in. Got one more interview from that AMW Hall of Fame night. Caught up with the voice of the guys that, let's just say, inform you and keep you up to date on all things AMW, and did a great job on the announcer's booth for the last main event that was saw on AMW's YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that, you need to go check that out, guys. But here is again our friend from locally that's seen his fair share of good wrestling matches.
Wow, we just finished it. I know you probably ain't got much voice left, man, but describe what we just saw.
What a night of action it was. In my 30-plus years of professional wrestling, never have I seen the carnage, the brutal beatings that took place tonight right here in Hazard, Kentucky. Man, I tell you something, your guys' coverage is it's phenomenal. It's great. It's super.
I've heard many men say the cage changes people. Well, you put 10 of them in it tonight. Wrestling's probably going to be changed going into 2025.
Oh, yeah, so true. And I'll tell you something, it's anybody's ball game. Anytime you have stipulations like weapons and cages and this and that, it's anybody's ball game. Anything can happen, the least expected.
And now what to expect for 2025 for you guys coming up?
Oh, gee, I'll tell you something. I think the fans are going to be mostly impressed. I mean, look at the array of talent that we've got coming in. Look what we've had tonight. I mean, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get wild. And we can't do it without the fans and people like you guys to come out and take care of us. Thank you.
We'll be back.
And again, guys, I enjoyed myself at that AMW pay-per-view on Thanksgiving turmoil. They called it War Games. And guys, I think it'll go down as one of their best pay-per-views to date. Don't take my word for it. Don't jump over there and watch it. You can go to YouTube and check out Appalachian Mountain Wrestling and see all those events and the inductions and so forth. And just appreciate Kyle Maggard and the guys for giving us an invite. And I got a feeling we might be back at one of those sometime soon. But we'll see how that goes. Guys, cool thing about doing this show is getting to do the top 10s and bring you up to date on the scores and stuff. But tonight, as we unveil the 15th region top 10, there's some games taking place or finishing up as we speak. So that could probably cause our top 10s to look a little bit discombobulated, as they like to say. But let's take a stab at it anyway. We're just all friends here. A bunch of you going to agree with me, a bunch of you going to disagree with me, but that's okay. I appreciate you guys tuning in too. Let's go with the ladies first, guys. Here is our Alice Lloyd College. Actually, that is not the ladies. Let's go to the boys here. There we go. As we see it right now, we got Pike Central at number 1 over there. We would have had, or probably technically did have, Johnson Central. But of course, the Golden Eagles lost, and their opening night kind of got stunned in some people's opinion, depending on who you ask. So with that said, as recent as we could update it, going into tonight, we had Pike Central at number 1, had the Cardinals of Martin County in at number 2, Betsy Lane, the team that knocked off Johnson Central in the opening night. We got them at 3. Pikeville at 4. Pikeville played Knott Central earlier tonight and got a pretty big win over the Patriots. Then I got Johnson Central at 5. But now keep in mind, going into their first game of the season, I had them number 1. But they lost the first game, and this shows you kind of how we do our top 10s. Do I think Johnson Central's one of the 3 best teams in the 15th? Yes, I do. But for tonight, in our standings, we got them in at 5 because they lost the opening game. Lawrence County got them Bulldogs in there at 6. I'll take Prestonsburg, even though the Black Cats lost to Letcher Central in a game that I didn't see happening the way it did. Prestonsburg, I still got you in at 7. I got Paintsville in there at 8. And a lot of people don't have this team in their top 10, but I think they deserve to be in their opening night show, perhaps. I got Floyd Central in there at number 9, and Shelby Valley in there at number 10. And again, that is 1 through 10. Pike Central, Martin County, Betsy Lane, Pikeville, Johnson Central, Lawrence County, Prestonsburg, Paintsville, Floyd Central, and Shelby Valley. Now that I've showed you those top 10s, guys, let's go, if we can now, and look at some scores. Games that happened tonight. Belfry beat East Ridge 75-60. Then we scroll on down just a little bit more and pick up a few more of the local games. As I told you earlier, Pikeville beat Knott County Central 78-54. Wolfe County, how about the Wolves? Winning over Buckhorn 76-58. That's a 14th region matchup. And then we still got a bunch of games that have not been called in to us or posted just yet. So they'll get those in. Lawrence County, the Bulldogs did get a win over Morgan County 81-59. It looks like that's all of our local scores in boys action. And guys, I'm going to see if I can't pull up. A moment ago, I tried to pull up that girls' top 10 and messed that up. So we'll try that again here and see if we can't. There we go. I think that's got it now. This is as we see the girls' 15th region. And so let's take a look at them here and scroll down. It's going to be Johnson Central's Lady Eagles at the number 1 spot in our Alice Lloyd College 15th region girls top 10. Again, the Lady Eagles in at number 1. Lawrence County in at number 2. Shelby Valley in at number 3 there. Prestonsburg in at 4. Pikeville in at 5. Betsy Lane at 6. Martin County at 7. I got Floyd Central's Lady Jags at 8. Pike Central at 9. And Paintsville at top 10 in the number 10 spot. So far, to kind of validate why we say and where we saw this going into tonight, Johnson Central was 1-0 with a win over Greenup County. That number 2 team just below them, they're 1-0, and their only win so far against Greenup County. You want to make it even more interesting? They play each other in 5 days, December the 10th. So we'll get to see who is the better of Johnson Central and Lawrence County. Then in Shelby Valley, they're 1-0. Lady Cats got their only win of the season going into tonight over Phelps, 70-56. Lady Cats of Prestonsburg winners over Belfry in their only game going into the night. Pikeville, they lost a tough one to Ashland, but I still think Pikeville needs to be in there. They got them in there midway range at 5. Betsy Lane, big win over McGoffin County. That's got them at 6. Going into the night, Martin County had not played anybody yet. Floyd Central, the Lady Jags, 1-0. Nice win over Paintsville. They beat Paintsville about 25 points. East Ridge played 2 games going into the night. They lost the opener to Belfry, beat June Buchanan pretty big. We had them in at 9, and Pike Central with a win over the reigning 14th region Lady Owls of Owsley County, 56-50. Pike Central at 10 might need to be a little bit higher, guys. But again, that was going into tonight's games. What do you guys say about that? Jessica Smith does a fantastic job. While I have her on here, she's been taking a bunch of pictures for us, helping us get scores and stuff from over in that 15th region. And Jessica says right now Pike Central and Martin County are in their last quarter. So maybe Jessica get us a final score of that one just in a moment. But guys, again, let's go to the girls' games that took place tonight and see if we can get you some scores out of those top 10s that we just talked about. Breathitt County, the Lady Cats, there were top 5, I think it was, in our 14th region poll last week. Well, they won tonight over Powell County, 59-37. Scroll down here and see Leslie County. The Lady Eagles beat Harlan County over to Nixon Center, 50-37. Nice win there for the Lady Eagles. Pike Central beats East Coburn, Virginia, 57-50. So they're now 2-0 after tonight. Letcher Central and Twin Springs, that score's not been reported just yet. East Carter beat Martin County's Lady Cardinals 52-47. So our 7th ranked team there, the Lady Cardinals, took a tough one there. Lady Tigers of Clay County, they'll be in the mix on our poll starting next week. But unfortunately for them, they fell tonight to Bell County 70-48. The Lady Engineers of Estill County had a heartbreaker tonight. They lost 65-61. And that's a fun contest nevertheless, though, guys. And just, again, you guys share that up and let us know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Just a little fun there. North Laurel, the Lady Jags, boy, they got a big win over Hazard. The Lady Bulldogs went on the road and fell to them 74-33. I didn't think that score would be that lopsided. I knew that North and South Laurel's always good in girls basketball, but man, evidently this year, particularly North Laurel, look out. They won that one 74-33 over a top 5 14th region competitor, the Lady Bulldogs of Hazard. But guys, again, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things going on. Before we go to another commercial break and then try to talk a little more about some things you guys got going on, let me say thank you to Care Cottage. You can go to carecottage.org. Of course, they're leading the way in trying to prevent child abuse, and they've just got a bunch of different ways they're trying to combat that. They've been good sponsors of ours here. We kind of met up with them, and during dirt track racing, they sponsored our driver of the week, and now they've been sponsoring our cheer team of the week. But this was a tough week to pick one. With that said, though, we will pick a couple. How about this week's cheer team? Going to the Hazard Lady Bulldogs, 2024 14th Region champions, and they'll move on to the state tournament, and I think that qualified them for nationals as well. And so, ladies, you will be our Care Cottage cheer team of the week. Now, we do have some other cheerleading teams we want to brag on. Of course, the Lady Jackets of Hyman Elementary completed the three-peat. Congratulations to them. Then how about young ladies from over in Letcher County, the Fleming Neon Pirates? Congratulations to them as they won their division in the 14th region cheerleading competition. A lot of people over there I know super pumped and excited about that. Then how about the small division here? I'll bring it up if I can. Yeah, I think this will do that. Congratulations to these young ladies as they won the small division 2024. We were well represented in these competitions, to say the least. Young ladies also from over in Letcher County, Whitesburg Middle School, take home a banner in the 2024 cheerleading competition. And then, as I said, of course, the Lady Jackets of Hyman Elementary pulled off the three-peak. Try saying that real fast. But as Pat Riley coined, the three-peak, back to back to back for the Lady Jackets. And then, as I said a moment ago, the Hazard Lady Bulldogs cheerleading squad won their division, and they are, again, our Care Cottage cheer team of the week. Now, from here on out, when you're cheering on your team, girls, look for those cameras to start flashing. When you see one of the Hometown Sports Corner crew taking pictures of y'all, smile for the camera. You may very well be the Care Cottage cheer team of the week coming up in the next few weeks. Guys, got a few more scores coming in here. How about we take another commercial break, and then we'll try to put a bow on this show. Been a good one. For those of you just tuning in, you missed some good AMW wrestling interviews. We've already talked to you about our middle school top 10, and then we just showed you our top 10 from the 15th regions. And we got a couple more things to talk about. Actually, before we go to break, one more time I want to talk about our Hometown Sports Corner Hall of Fame Awards Night. January the 19th over at Alice Lloyd College. This is when we will recognize our football first team and second team players, our quarterback of the year, our running back of the year, our defensive player of the year, and our 2024 Mr. Football for Hometown Sports Corner. We're going to do the same thing for volleyball. We're going to have a player of the year. We're going to have a first team volleyball team. We're going to have a second all Hometown Sports Corner team as well. And so you guys want to look for those invites, and if you get an invite, come over and be with us. Odds are good you'll have a certificate or a trophy waiting on you when you get there. Then we're going to recognize our grade school girls player of the year, our top 5, and then our second 5, and then our defensive player of the year in the girls. And so a lot of different things will be awarded on January the 19th. Also, dirt track racing. It's real important. Now, you guys listen to me. I actually had some people email me as we was going on the air, wanting to know when the fan polls close. You, the fans, for the last 6-7 years here on Hometown Sports have picked our driver of the year. Well, what we done, we made a post and we let you fans nominate drivers. Now we have polls that are running to where you go in and vote for your favorite out of those that were nominated. Did we leave some drivers off? Yes. Did we do it on purpose? No. We let the fans pick. Go back and check the poll out. The post that the fans got to go in and nominate their favorite driver. We pulled top 7, 8 of each class, and some classes 3 or 4. I don't know what we pulled the most out of each class. If it was close, then we put the extra drivers on. That way the fans then, when in return, we get to pick their favorite driver from each class. In addition to the fan favorites, this year, we're going to recognize the Mountain Motorsports Park Fall Champions. And the majority of them have said they're coming. We're going to bring their crew. And so we will do our very best to recognize them and give them an opportunity at the podium to thank their help. And it's just a little added bonus there. We're going to, as I said, allow the people that are invited. If you get a plaque, in other words, if you get a trophy, if you get the honor of being Mr. Whatever or Mrs. Whatever, we're not going to charge you. your ticket's on us, plus one guest. Now, if you bring 5 other guests, that's okay. We'll sell them a ticket at the door, and all of the money will go to the Hometown Sports Corner Scholarship Fund. If you think that's a neat idea and you'd like to sponsor it, you can join carecottage.org. They already today have said that they're going to step up with Alice Lloyd College and sponsor the event. And so 100% of whatever we work out on the sponsorship with them will go to that college scholarship fund that we give away at the end of the year. James and I also have an all-star game over at Alice Lloyd. All the money, that's where we got our money last year to give the scholarships away. Then we had a couple sports clinics, or plan on having a couple sports clinics. One last year was baseball. All that money went to the scholarships. I think we gave away 6 scholarships last year. Our goal this year is to do 10. If you guys help us out enough, who knows, we might be able to do even more. But again, can't go wrong helping kids. And James and I have tried to do that. And all of us, Chris and Todd and Corey and Hunter, everybody that's helped us in any way, we appreciate them. Got again this week, my buddy over there, the big Ford fan that he is, I give him a hard time on that, of course, though. Mr. Marshall come over and help me call the first game of the season at June Buchanan. We're going to do a bunch of Alice Lloyd and June Buchanan games, a bunch of teams that maybe don't get a lot of time on the tube. Well, they'll be on Hometown Sports Corner, one of our games of the week. And that's another commitment we got, to give all the teams in the area an opportunity to be on Facebook and YouTube and so forth. Do want to invite you guys out to Hazard High School on Saturday. We'll be over there for the Begley Classic. It starts Friday night, then we'll be there Saturday. When I say we, me and the Hometown 24 crew's going over there. First game about 11 o'clock, and then we'll have basketball action on Hometown 24 all day long Saturday. If you see us, come over and say hello to us, and we'd love to get a chat with you guys in between games maybe or something. I'll be calling a couple of those games and going to work behind the camera and got to get a little bit of experience directing. More about that later. But we just encourage you to get out and watch those games in person. But if you can't watch them in person, catch us on the Hometown 24, okay? Let's take another commercial break, and we'll be back to wrap this show up after this good word from our sponsors.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Are you looking for personalized health care that's efficient and close to home? Primary Care Center is now your destination for comprehensive health care in the center of your community. With a team of experienced and caring local providers, we offer a range of services. We have locations in Hazard, Hyden, Hindman, Fico, and now our new Whitesburg location. Stop by today and walk-ins are welcome. That's Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. Nelson Frazier has the highest quality American-made funeral products, cremation services, mausoleum, and memorial markers, all with a family budget in mind. With 3 chapels located in Hyman, Martin, and now in Prestonsburg, Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is local people serving local families.
on streets of glory.
Hyman Tire and Auto Parts wants to say thank you to all their loyal customers who have shopped with them this year. They also like to say they appreciate the opportunity to earn your business and are proud that so many of you choose to return to them time and time again for their great service. Don't forget to check out their Facebook page for all the great deals coming up this month and to call them at 606-785-3505. And how about Hyman Tire and Auto, our first sponsor, to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. And we too want to do that. We hope that you guys are already getting geared up for the Christmas season. Want to invite you to come and be with us in downtown Hyman tomorrow. Christmas on Main Street, sponsored by the Artisan Center and the Gingerbread Festival, Knott County Fiscal Court, and a bunch of other good people. Get together and pull that off. And our church, where I pastor, will be leading some Christmas carols down there. So come, sing with us, be with us, say hello to us, and we'll all bundle up. It's going to be a cold night. But again, important that we remember that it's Christ that is in Christmas. And as I preached at our church this week, don't put the X in there. You take time to say Christmas and let your kids know the true reason for the season. Yep, my baby girl, Autumn Grace, is Elf on the Shelf. Hit that button right in the middle of my show. But it is going to be the 12 Days of Christmas giveaways in one night. How about that? In one night, James Salmon, myself, and the rest of the Hometown Sports Corner crew is going to go to Hot Rod's Pizza. And I can even tell you the night. We're going to give away 12 days worth of Christmas gifts in one night. On December the 23rd, that's a Monday night, starting at 6 o'clock, we'll give away 12 days of Christmas. And we want you to come and be with us. We invite you and your family to come and join us for the 12 days of Christmas given away in one day at our North Pole, better known as Hot Rod's Pizza in Hyman, Kentucky. We're going to give away 12 gifts. Now, how do I win one of the gifts? Tune in next week or stay tuned to Hometown Sports Corner and we'll tell you more about that. I can't tell you all the things in one night. That would kind of spoil the whole party. But let's just say James Salmon and I have been thinking of some ways to give away some gifts. And we'll do that on that Monday night at Hot Rod's Pizza. And we want you to come by and say hello to us. And it's just our way of saying thank you to you, the fans. Now, in the past, I've done this on Facebook Live here at my house. And then I'd have to mail the gifts out. And then I'd have to, it was just a little bit tough. We done it, but it's a little tough. Guys, if you win one of the prizes on that Monday night, you can come by Hot Rod's Pizza and pick it up. I will tell you, for those of you that have stayed to the end of the show, you probably have to do a little scavenger hunting to win a few of the prizes. And that's about all I'm going to say about that. But we'll have fun with it. And we'll have a bunch of good gifts to give away and have a big time there on December the 23rd at Hot Rod's Pizza in Hyman, Kentucky. And again, looks like Jessica Atkins says that ball game is final. Martin County, the home team, won that one. What's a big game over there, is it not? Martin County beats Pike Central by 3. Again, Pike Central went on the road. Wouldn't you imagine, can you believe it, while we post our top 10, in the middle of posting it, the number 2 team beats the number 1 team. That's kind of the way it's been all season if you followed our grade school top 10. But thank you so much to Jessica Smith-Atkins. She takes a lot of the pictures for us, and we appreciate her. Got 3 or 4 photographers that have agreed to help us as we go further into this basketball season. Coaches, get your scores into us, please. Get your stats into us. If you got pictures, that's a bonus. If not, we'll make some graphics, but let us help you brag on your kids. And kids, keep working hard. These polls and these top 10s and stuff, they're cool, they're fun. But at the end of the night, the real prize is making sure that you are given to the sport that you love so much, and that you are enjoying the time that you're having with your teammates. If you do that, everything else adds up and works out. But guys, it's been a fun show. I knew it would be a little quicker pace show. Had those interviews from AMW. If you're just tuning in, check that out. The Hall of Fame inductees. We interviewed some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. And I want you again to go to YouTube and search Appalachian Mountain Wrestling and watch that Thanksgiving turmoil. They called it War Games, and it was war. It was fun, man. And you wrestling fans, I know, enjoyed that. And Jessica, I appreciate that again. She says anything she can do to get the kiddos out there. Guys, we are not just trying, we are surrounding ourselves. Chris Godsey and Todd Meadows, come on, helping James Sandlin and I. And we got a lot of other good help going to step up. We're going to bring you a lot more games. December, of course, with the holiday, the numbers won't be as much as they will be, but look out in January. And we'll still have all the basketball action that you'll want to see right here on Hometown Sports Corner. Plus, in January, we'll have that big awards night coming up and a lot of other things to keep you entertained. Hopefully, starting next week, we'll have guests on the show. I want to start getting some of these athletes in here. Might start the show a little bit earlier so we can get some of these high school kids in here and out of here a little bit early, which, let's be honest, ain't none of them in bed at 10:30. Okay? But anyhow, we'll get them on and brag on them and let them talk more about their teams and their games they're playing and the games they got coming up, hopefully starting next week. But until then, thank all of you for tuning in. You be real good sports fans. Go to church somewhere Sunday. And if you don't have a church to go to, come see us at Lighthouse Baptist Church on Highway 550 in Garner, Kentucky. We'd love to have you. We have church every Sunday at 2. And then every Wednesday night at 7. Bible study Thursday night at 7. We'd love to have you, make you feel right at home. Of course, if you're looking for a morning service, let me recommend my friend James Sandlin's church at Montgomery Baptist. Montgomery Baptist Church meets every Sunday morning at 11. I know he and his congregation would make you feel welcome down there. But guys, that's going to wrap us up. We're going to head home. Actually, the good thing is about this show is I am home. We'll see y'all of you real soon. Good night. God bless you. Take care. Tire and Auto Parts wants to say thank you to all their loyal customers who have shopped with them this year. They also like to say they appreciate the opportunity to earn your business and are proud that so many of you choose to return to them time and time again for their great service. Don't forget to check out their Facebook page for all the great deals coming up this month and to call them at 606-785-3505. Established in 1954, Hyman Funeral Service has always been locally owned and operated. Located off of Highway 80, the current facility, built in 1986, was designed to meet the needs of you and your family. Our facility offers 3 chapels of varying sizes to accommodate your desires. We also have a wide range of services to customize for your funeral needs. From the first call through the aftercare program, we are there for the families. Hyman Funeral Services.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court is happy to once again be sponsoring another event featuring our Knott County youth. Judge Executive Dobson and the members of the Knott Fiscal Court encourage you to support all our Knott County youth in all of their academic and athletic endeavors. That positive reinforcement means the world to these student athletes. This reminder from Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring